Imagine for a brief moment a monkey jump roping, or two penguins on a seesaw, or a giraffe and a hippo playing volleyball. Now, you've likely never seen any of these things happen, but you were just able to paint a picture of it happening in your mind. How can your brain show you an image of something you've never seen? It seems kind of simple, but that is only because we're so used to it. It turns out that is a significantly complex problem that requires sophisticated coordination inside your mind. To paint these pictures, your brain takes old, familiar information and stitches it together in new ways. Have you ever heard the old saying, neurons that fire together, wire together? When you look at an object, thousands of neurons in the part of your brain known as the posterior cortex fire. These neurons contain various characteristics of the object. For example, if you're looking at a cardinal, red, feathered, beak, bird. The firing of these neurons strengthens their set of connections and links them together to form what is known as a neuronal ensemble. In this case, it's the one for cardinal. In neuroscience, this is known as the Hebbian theory. Neurons that fire together, wire together. When you see a cardinal, it is identified as a cardinal by the specific neuronal ensemble firing together. If you try to imagine a cardinal later, the exact same neuronal ensemble lights up and ensembles a complete mental image. And as far as the activity in your mind is concerned, there is no difference between you visualizing this cardinal and you seeing it in real life. There is a different ensemble for an ant, and in fact, every single object you've seen has its own unique ensemble associated with it. When you see the object again, its specific ensemble fires up, and that is how you identify the object. So this theory explains how we identify objects that we have seen before, but it fails to explain how we can visualize an infinite number of objects in our mind having never seen them. The neuronal ensemble for a monkey jump roping or two penguins on a seesaw does not exist. So how come you can imagine it anyway? There is one hypothesis called the mental synthesis theory that says it's all about timing. This theory states that if you can conjure up the neuronal ensemble of both a jump rope and a monkey in a timely manner, then you can imagine the two together as a single image. This new single image that you have created in your mind now exists in the form of its own neuronal ensemble, as if you'd just actually seen it. So how can we use this knowledge to our benefit? This illuminates the power of our imagination or visualization. The thoughts and ideas we conjure up in our mind can cause us to have just as intense of an experience as the actual experience itself. This power of our imagination can be used to our benefit in various ways. For example, you can see why visualization is such a critical role in manifesting your desires. If you visualize yourself living a truly happy life, you are truly experiencing that life. If you do this long enough, you can quite literally trick your mind into the idea of being happy. When you visualize happiness, you create the neuronal ensemble that identifies that happiness. You create a happy version of your being. Doing so makes this connection of neurons more accessible and readily available. It makes them easier to come by. You create a new lens to see the world and yourself through, being the happy lens. As you visualize this happiness more and more, it requires less and less effort for your mind to look through that lens. Remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. Imagination is one of many powerful faculties of the mind. By improving your understanding of how it works, you can leverage that knowledge and use this powerful faculty to your benefit. Tune in next week for part 2 of the series, where we will explore the faculty of perception.